Welcome to US Coins Hub, where history meets hidden value. Today, we uncover a rare piece of American heritage, a coin that tells a story, holds mystery, and could be worth far more than its face value. So slow down, listen closely, and step into the timeless world of rare and valuable US coins. Let's dive into today's State Quarter series. Top 1 today, we're focusing on a fascinating piece from the United States of America, the Louisiana State Quarter from the year 2000. At first glance, it may seem like a simple quarter, but for collectors, this coin carries history, artistry, and potential value that many people overlook. The Louisiana State Quarter was part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program, a series that brought millions of Americans into the world of coin collecting. Louisiana, known for its rich culture, music, and unique heritage, proudly entered the program, and its quarter reflects the state's identity with elegance and detail. Millions of these quarters were minted and released into circulation, but only a small fraction have survived in pristine condition, and some of those contain rare errors that make them highly sought after. The front of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, a symbol of leadership and unity. Collectors pay close attention to this side for sharpness in Washington's hair, facial features, and the clarity of the lettering. Even though it's a modern coin, production errors and soft strikes sometimes occurred, making well-defined examples more desirable. The reverse side of the Louisiana quarter is where the state truly shines. The design showcases a pelican in her nest, feeding her young, a symbol of Louisiana's dedication, care, and resilience. Above the birds, the inscription, Pelican State, proudly represents the state's nickname, while the year 2000 marks its entry into the program. The fine detail in the feathers, the nest, and the surrounding design make this coin visually striking and collectible, especially when all elements are sharply struck. What makes certain Louisiana State Quarters particularly special are the rare minting errors and unusual varieties that occurred during production. Some coins featured doubled lettering or numbers, creating a subtle but highly valuable effect for collectors. Others were struck off-center, with the design shifted noticeably from its intended position. There are also examples with die cracks, missing design elements, or irregular surfaces, each one telling a unique story about the minting process. These errors were never meant to leave the U.S. Mint, which is exactly why collectors prize them so highly today. Each error coin is one of a kind, and the more noticeable the error and the better the condition, the higher the value it can command. Condition plays a massive role in determining worth. While millions of Louisiana quarters were produced, most circulated heavily, picking up scratches, wear, and marks. Coins that survive in uncirculated condition, with full mint luster and no signs of handling, are surprisingly rare. When exceptional condition is combined with a rare minting error, the coin can become a true gem for any collector. Coin lovers listen very carefully when this quarter is discussed because it demonstrates an important truth in numismatics. Valuable coins are not always ancient or made from precious metals. Sometimes modern coins, hiding in plain sight, can become extraordinary collectibles when rarity, condition, and error align perfectly. That's why experienced collectors carefully examine every detail of their coins, knowing that even a small variation can dramatically increase value. The Louisiana State Quarter from 2000 is more than just spare change. It represents the state's rich culture, pride, and heritage, while also serving as a reminder that treasures can still be found in everyday life. For collectors who know what to look for, this coin is an exciting opportunity to add something rare and valuable to their collection. And now for the moment that truly captures attention. In exceptional condition, especially when rare minting errors or unique varieties are present, the Louisiana State Quarter has been known to reach a value of $83,000. Top 2, we're focusing on an iconic coin from the United States of America, the South Carolina State Quarter from the year 2000. At first glance, it may seem like just a regular piece of change, but for collectors, this coin holds history, artistry, and rare opportunities that make it truly special. The South Carolina State Quarter was released as part of the highly popular 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program inspired millions of Americans to start collecting coins, and South Carolina's quarter was one of the early releases, immediately catching the attention of collectors. Known as the Palmetto State, South Carolina proudly features symbols that represent its heritage, history, and natural beauty on this quarter. Millions were minted for circulation, but only a few have survived in pristine condition, and even fewer contain rare errors that make them highly desirable. The front of the coin showcases the familiar portrait of George Washington, a symbol of leadership and American identity. Collectors closely examine this side for sharpness in the details. The curls in Washington's hair, the contours of his face, and the clarity of the lettering. During the production of these early state quarters, some coins were struck quickly, which sometimes resulted in soft details. That makes well-struck examples highly sought after by collectors. The reverse design of the South Carolina quarter is where its story truly comes to life. The quarter features a palmetto tree, the state's official tree, and a Carolina chickadee, the state bird, perched nearby. The design symbolizes resilience, pride, and natural beauty. The inscriptions include the state name and the motto, Animis Opibusque Parati, which means prepared in mind and resources, reflecting South Carolina's enduring spirit. The fine details in the feathers of the bird, the texture of the tree, and the overall balance of the design make this quarter both visually appealing and historically meaningful. What sets certain South Carolina quarters apart is rarity caused by minting errors and exceptional preservation. During the early years of the state quarters program, high-volume production sometimes allowed mistakes to slip through. Some quarters show doubled lettering or numbers, where parts of the inscriptions appear slightly repeated due to die errors. Others were struck off-center, creating a dramatic visual misalignment that immediately attracts attention. There are also examples with die cracks, planchet flaws, or missing details, each making the coin unique and highly prized by collectors. Condition plays a critical role in value. While millions of South Carolina quarters were produced, most were circulated and show signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. Coins that remain in uncirculated condition with full mint luster are rare, and when a pristine coin features a noticeable minting error, its value can rise dramatically. Collectors pay close attention to coins like this because it demonstrates a fundamental truth in numismatics. Valuable coins are not always ancient or made of precious metals. Sometimes, modern coins hiding in plain sight can become extraordinary collectibles when rarity, condition, and error converge. Experienced collectors know that even small differences can separate an ordinary coin from a highly valuable one. That the South Carolina State Quarter from 2000 is more than just pocket change. It represents the state's heritage, its natural beauty, and the excitement of discovery that keeps collectors searching through rolls, jars, and collections. For those who know what to look for, this coin is an opportunity to add something rare and special to their collection. And now for the moment that will really make you sit up and take notice. In exceptional condition, especially when rare minting errors or standout varieties are present, the South Carolina State Quarter has been known to reach a value of $80,000. Top 3, we're taking a closer look at a fascinating coin from the United States of America, the Rhode Island State Quarter, released in the year 2001. At first glance, it may seem like a standard quarter, but collectors know this coin has unique qualities that make it highly sought after. The Rhode Island State Quarter was part of the popular 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program revolutionized coin collecting in the United States, turning everyday change into collectible treasures. Rhode Island, the ocean state, is celebrated for its maritime history, and this quarter's design beautifully reflects that heritage. While millions were minted and released into circulation, only a small percentage have survived in pristine condition, and even fewer feature rare errors that make them particularly valuable. The front of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, a timeless symbol of American leadership. Collectors closely examine the details here: the texture of Washington's hair, the contours of his face, and the sharpness of the lettering. Even modern coins can show variations in strike quality, and examples with crisp, bold details are much rarer than most people realize. The reverse side is where Rhode Island's story truly comes to life. The coin showcases a vintage depiction of a classic Rhode Island sailboat, sailing gracefully across the water, with waves and rigging carefully detailed. Above the design, the inscriptions read Rhode Island and the Ocean State, highlighting the state's identity and rich maritime culture. Collectors love this design not only for its historical significance, but also for its intricate artistry, which captures both motion and detail in such a small space. What makes certain Rhode Island quarters exceptionally rare and valuable are minting errors and unusual varieties. During the production of these state quarters, mistakes sometimes slipped past the mint's quality control. Some coins featured doubled lettering or numbers, where parts of the inscriptions appear slightly repeated. Others were struck off-center, creating dramatic visual misalignments that are instantly noticeable. There are also coins with die cracks, planchet flaws, or missing design elements, each one telling its own story of how it came to exist. Condition plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. While millions of Rhode Island quarters were minted, the vast majority entered circulation and were quickly worn down, picking up scratches, discoloration, and other signs of handling. Coins that survived in pristine, uncirculated condition with full original mint luster are extremely rare. When a coin in exceptional condition also features a notable error, it becomes a true collector's gem. Collectors pay close attention to coins like this because it demonstrates an important truth. Valuable coins are not always ancient or made of precious metals. Sometimes, modern coins hiding in plain sight can become extraordinary collectibles when rarity, condition, and error converge perfectly. Even small differences, a doubled letter, a faint die crack, or a perfectly preserved surface, can dramatically increase the value of a coin. The Rhode Island State Quarter from 2001 is more than just spare change. It represents the state's maritime heritage, artistry in coin design, and the thrill of discovery that keeps collectors searching through rolls, jars, and old collections. For those who know what to look for, this coin is a reminder that hidden treasures may still exist in the most ordinary places. And now for the moment that truly captures attention. In exceptional condition, especially when rare minting errors or standout varieties are present, the Rhode Island State Quarter has been known to reach a value of $78,000. Top for we're diving into a fascinating piece of modern American coinage, the Kansas State Quarter from the year 2005. At first glance, it might look like just another quarter, but for collectors, this coin has unique qualities that make it highly interesting and potentially valuable. The Kansas State Quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which succeeded the 50 State Quarters program and celebrated national parks and historic sites across the United States. Kansas, often called the Sunflower State, is highlighted in this design with symbols that reflect its agricultural heritage and iconic landscapes. Millions of these quarters were minted and circulated, but only a small number have survived in pristine condition, and an even smaller portion carry rare errors that make them highly sought after by collectors. The front of the coin features the classic portrait of George Washington, a symbol of leadership in American history. Collectors often examine this side for sharpness in the hair, facial features, and clarity of the lettering. Even though this is a modern coin, variations in strike quality can make a big difference. Coins with crisp, bold details stand out immediately among ordinary circulated examples. The reverse side of the Kansas Quarter is where the state's identity truly shines. The design features a sunflower, the state flower, surrounded by two sets of ears of wheat, highlighting Kansas' strong agricultural heritage. The inscriptions Kansas and 1861 denote the state's name and year of admission to the Union. The combination of flora and wheat reflects both natural beauty and the industrious spirit of the state. Collectors love this design for its balance, detail, and symbolic meaning, but they know that small imperfections in production can dramatically affect the coin's value. What makes certain Kansas quarters particularly valuable are rare minting errors and unique varieties. During the high-speed production of these coins, mistakes occasionally slipped through quality control. Some quarters display doubled lettering or numbers, creating a subtle but highly collectible effect. Others were struck off-center, creating dramatic visual misalignments that are instantly noticeable. There are also coins with die cracks, planchet flaws, or missing design elements, each one telling a unique story about how the coin came to exist. Condition is another critical factor in determining value. Millions of Kansas quarters were minted, but most were circulated and show signs of wear, scratches, or dulling. Coins that survive in uncirculated condition, with full original mint luster and sharp details, are rare. When a high-grade coin also features a minting error, its value can rise dramatically, making it a prized piece for serious collectors. Collectors pay close attention to coins like this because it demonstrates an important truth. Valuable coins are not always ancient or made of precious metals. Sometimes, modern coins hiding in plain sight can become extraordinary collectibles when rarity, error, and condition align perfectly. Even small details, a doubled letter, a faint die crack, or a perfectly preserved surface, can turn a common coin into a collector's treasure. The Kansas State Quarter from 2005 is more than just everyday change. It reflects the state's agricultural roots, its natural beauty, and the excitement of discovering a hidden gem in something that might otherwise seem ordinary. For collectors who know what to look for, this coin is a reminder that even modern coins can hold incredible value. And now for the moment that truly captures attention. In exceptional condition, especially when rare minting errors or unique varieties are present, the Kansas State Quarter has been known to reach a value of $76,000. Top 5, we're focusing on a fascinating coin from the United States of America, the Saratoga National Historical Park Quarter, released in the year 2015. At first glance, it might seem like a simple collectible, but for coin enthusiasts, this piece has a story, detail, and rarity that make it highly sought after. The Saratoga Quarter was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2020, celebrating national parks, historic sites, and natural landmarks across the United States. Saratoga National Historical Park in New York, famous for the pivotal Revolutionary War battle that took place there, is honored with this detailed design. Millions of these quarters were minted for circulation, but only a select few have survived in pristine condition, and an even smaller number feature rare minting errors that make them exceptionally valuable. The front of the coin features the classic portrait of George Washington, a timeless symbol of leadership and American heritage. Collectors pay close attention to this side, examining the sharpness of Washington's hair, facial features, and the clarity of the inscriptions. Even in modern quarters, variations in striking can produce coins with softer details, making those with bold, crisp features highly desirable. The reverse side is where the Saratoga Quarter truly stands out. It features a dramatic depiction of the battlefields, with Continental Army soldiers engaging in action, representing the turning point in the Revolutionary War. The inscriptions Saratoga and New York highlight the location, while the intricate detail of the figures, their uniforms, and the surrounding landscape make this coin an impressive work of art. Collectors love this design not only for its historical significance, but also for the skill and depth captured in such a small space. What makes certain Saratoga quarters especially valuable are rare minting errors and unusual varieties. During production, mistakes occasionally slipped past quality control, creating coins that are highly sought after. Some examples showed doubled lettering or numbers, while others were struck off-center, producing dramatic and instantly recognizable misalignments. There are also coins with die cracks, missing design elements, or unusual surface textures, each one telling a unique story about how it came to exist and making it highly collectible. Condition is another critical factor in determining value. Millions of Saratoga quarters were minted, but most were circulated and show signs of wear, scratches, or dulling. Coins that survive in uncirculated condition with original mint luster and crisp details are surprisingly rare. When a high-grade coin is combined with a notable minting error, its value can skyrocket, making it a true gem for serious collectors. Collectors pay close attention to coins like this because it demonstrates an important truth in numismatics. Valuable coins aren't always ancient or made of precious metals. Sometimes modern coins hiding in plain sight can become extraordinary collectibles when rarity, condition, and error align perfectly. Even subtle details, a doubled letter, a faint die crack, or a perfectly preserved surface, can turn an ordinary coin into a remarkable treasure. The Saratoga National Historical Park Quarter from 2015 is more than just pocket change. It celebrates a crucial moment in American history, showcases intricate artistry, and offers the thrill of discovery for collectors who know what to look for. For those paying attention, this coin is proof that hidden treasures still exist in the most ordinary places. And now for the moment that will truly catch your attention. In exceptional condition, especially when rare minting errors or unique varieties are present. The Saratoga quarter has been known to reach a value of $74,000. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another fascinating coin story. Keep exploring your collections, keep learning, and most importantly, keep enjoying the amazing world of coin collecting.